You know, I came to get a babe cut.
You know, probably came to the right place.
Do you still doing those?
Oh yeah.
All right. My wife doesn't, you know, call me a babe too often anymore, so I need you to help me out there.
Yeah, yeah, it does.
If you notice her latest order that came out 3 weeks ago and that she just extended yesterday for another 2 weeks up until December 20th, did you notice that there was nothing in those executive orders about barbershops or salons?
Yeah.
Do you think that you had anything to do with that, Kyle?
Listen, I'm not going to assume anything, but I know this, that I became a worm in her head.
Yeah.
I know that. I know that she knows that I will never back down. If it's governing, okay, that's something. If you govern, and when you govern, you make sure that all of the privileges that are given to us in our Constitution are being distributed among the citizens. Mm-hmm. But if you rule, then you jump over that and decide that you're going to go beyond and above and without the Constitution. You become a ruler. Mm-hmm. I'll be governed,
yeah,
but I'll never be ruled.
Just kind of take us back real quick. When you decided to make the decision, when nobody else really was, to stand up and open up, what kind of made you think that you could do that, number one, and that you were doing the right thing?
I have a kind of a new little mantra that I have here. It says, I would rather appear a little reckless, let people think I'm a little crazy, push the edge a little hard, and err on the side of being a rascal, than ever wander too close to the walk of cowards.
That's good.
I could not do a cowardly act.
Over the next couple of weeks, what happened with, you know, your business and people showing their support? What kind of things did you see?
Well, the next day, after this when I initially opened, everything went well that day. You know, I thought, oh, this isn't too bad. But I had made that statement. You know, somebody asked me if what I was going to do, what would make me close, and I said, well, it'll be either I'll go out in handcuffs or if Jesus comes. Well, the next day, I was cutting a head of hair and I glanced up over at my door, and there stands one of the sheriff deputies. I thought, okay,
here it goes.
I'm going to jail. I'm going out in handcuffs today. He says, Carl, look at me. I turned and I did one of these. I looked at him. He says, I love you. And turned around, walked out the door and got in his car and drove off. I knew then that I had a level of support that I didn't realize that I had.
During all of that, did you ever have a COVID case that was traced back to Karl Manke's barbershop?
No, from my understanding was that our governor Whitmer had employed a contact tracing company.
Yeah.
And the rumor was that I'm not a computer guy, but somebody else did kind of a reverse tracing, I guess, and found that they had contact traced something like 3,000 people through this shop during that period of time and found nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing, not zero, not one.
I talk to a lot of business owners right now. Several of them said 3 weeks ago, I'm going to give her this 3 weeks, but if it goes past this 3 weeks, I'm opening back up. And now I'm talking to a lot of those same business owners that just are not sure if they should. Because I'm hearing, number one, it's not the compassionate thing to do to worry about my business over saving lives. Or they'll say, I'm afraid I'm going to lose my license, because a lot of them are saying they're far more afraid of the health department than they ever were of the governor. So they're afraid they're going to get their licenses pulled. Some of them are afraid they're going to get to go to jail. Some of them are afraid that they're just going to be publicly scrutinized and it will be far more detrimental on their business than just closing. And so what would you say to encourage these people that are probably having a similar thoughts to what you had before you decided, and just are not willing to open up and go against the grain?
Each person is going to have to weigh what they're willing to spend for freedom. You know, I was willing to put it all on the line. I had no idea what was going to happen. I just knew that I was not going to give up. You know, I came in here full of fear, but still, nevertheless, I'm gonna fight through this. God help me get through this. You know, God grant me the serenity to accept those things I can't change, but courage to change those things that I can't. That became my mantra, my prayer. And it still is. I still have fear. You know, my license is still hanging there.
Right.
You know, what am I gonna have to do? You know, I mean, how much am I gonna lose? All right, I may lose everything. I may lose it all. But I'm not gonna, I can't lose me in this. I cannot be a coward in this and say, well, all right, I sold out. You know, okay, well, I guess I was just being a little hasty. Oh, I guess the governor was right. No, I'm not gonna do that. I know I'm standing on what is the Constitution, on our freedoms. I know I'm standing on that.
What's the solution to all this?
The solution is that stand up. I'm not gonna quit.
Yeah.
You know, as long as I have life left in me, I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna give up. This is, it's too important to us as a nation and as a people to not stand up.
Well, thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it. And I gotta say, the babe cut looks great. Well, I'll let you know tonight if the wife approves.
Yeah, all right.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you, thank you.
Keep
thank
up the
you.
fight, and
Yeah.
we'll see you next time.
Okay, thank you very kindly. George.